afternoon, guys. Welcome to day 4 of our daily vlog challenge. As you can see, we are, before we get into anything, thank you for all your help with Pothy. I think maybe it's R.I.P. Pothy. But I want to say about this fern now, okay guys?
What's his name?
Fernie. So his name is Fernie. He's looking great, like basically
this
on
side.
this side, but not looking too good on this side.
Do you want to explain what happened? Because maybe we could get in context.
Okay, so basically what had happened before, Zach from MTL Contractors, shout out Zach from MTL Contractors, before he came in and put this in for us, Fernie was facing the wall and like touching against the wall.
It was hanging there, but I hung it poorly and it fell.
You did your best.
I did my best. I'm not a contractor. I'm a social media marketer, you know. And basically this part here that's kind of dying, we just had him on top of like that filing cabinet there, but facing the wall. So this part was facing out. So look at the length of it. It's so much longer. So we moved him, when this was fixed, we moved his like bad side to the light.
Yeah.
And he hasn't really improved.
Yeah. So for our plant friends out there, if anyone's out there and has some advice, please let us know. But anyways, let's get into it. Guys, welcome back to another vlog. If you have not watched our vlog from yesterday, which was the...
Yesterday was the...
Oh, we were talking about our first YouTube check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talked about our first YouTube check. So
forgot already.
Yeah, forgot already. Daily vlogging, guys.
Yeah,
it is
it's
work,
hard.
Okay. We talked about getting our first YouTube check, so you can check that out up here. And we're actually putting the full list of every vlog in the description below. So today, right now, we're just getting some cleaning work, as you would have seen in that montage there. And then on my agenda, I have some content calendar work to do after this. And what do you have?
So I'm gonna finish cleaning. Got the sweep thing right here. Sweep thing or broom.
Sweep thing. It's been a long days.
I'm also still not feeling too good. So I had this company reach out for our BOS podcast to host a virtual brewery tour, which I find interesting. So I want to see what that's about. It might be an opportunity since we can't physically travel anywhere. Aside from that, probably just some content work as well. And I'm still trying to take it easy. I'm just not feeling great. And there's nothing sort of like super pressing or urgent. And I also want to make sure that Tiff gets to edit these videos earlier. It's kind of crazy that it's been such late nights. I'm gonna finish cleaning and then we'll check in with you guys in a sec because we have an interesting topic we're going to be talking about today.
Oh yeah.
Something that a bunch of you guys have mentioned in the comments over the last few months, I would say, and we haven't talked about it because it is arguably the most mysterious area of Instagram. So make sure you stay tuned because it's about to get real.
I can't keep pretending it's not getting to me. It's never ending. Can't give you what you need. You're misbehaving. Yeah, it's getting to me.
All right. How you going?
You know, things have been good. So I've just been replying to emails for the most part, and I haven't gone to my content calendar yet. It's 5:37. I don't have any meetings today, so I'm just focusing on heads down work. But I know you had a call.
Had a call. Went good. So I'm going live on Sunday with Brew Donkey in Ottawa.
Live on Sunday. Hear
Look
that?
at that.
Gotta go live. Gotta go live.
Looking forward to that.
So the topic for today that we wanted to talk about, because we do get asked all the time,
It's mysterious.
and it's quite, is it mysterious?
It's mysterious.
It's very mysterious. Is the infamous Shadowban. Okay?
Ooh, you got some
The
like
Instagram Shadowban. I'll see if I can put mysterious music in here. For anyone watching this and wondering what is a shadow ban, basically what a shadow ban is, and this is nothing that Instagram has ever said themselves. Shadow ban is a name that has been coined for posts that all of a sudden disappear into the ether and never get seen by anyone, basically. So these posts that all of a sudden have very low engagement, or when you put a hashtag on them, they don't appear on the hashtag side when you look at, you know, top posts of the day or things, or explore page or recent posts. For some reason, nobody can see them. So this started happening, was about like, it's been over the last 2 years.
I'd say 2 years tops. It's relatively new.
And we don't talk about shadow banning that much because I think it can be used as a crutch sometimes for content that's underperforming, which could be due to various reasons that something's underperforming. We actually have a video that we filmed a few months ago, and it was about why your Instagram engagement is declining, and there is actually some math and science to why things are declining. We're going to put it up there for you to see, but there is actual data to show that there's an overall decline, but the shadow ban conversation takes it a step further, where it's just I'm not being seen. So when I post, it's going away. So without really having Instagram say this is what shadow banning is and this is what it looks like, we want to talk to you though, because we do know that this occurs. It's not like people aren't completely making it up. It does occur. We want to give you some insights into what shadow ban is, like what that looks like, so how to know if you've been shadow banned, and then also what to do if you've been shadow banned to hopefully put you back into the beautiful Instagram light of being served correctly to people, because there are ways that you can get yourselves banned post by post if you're not careful. So we're gonna grab some coffee. Do you have anything else that you want to tell the people?
No, that was it. I think that's good, and we'll get into it.
Grab some coffee and then we'll get into it.
All right, bit of a plant update. So Tiff propagated our pathos plant into these bottles. One here, one here. I mean, they look pretty. They look like shriveled spinach.
I am just like very, very, what's it called? Determined. Okay, I'm
to make it work. Oh, you got
determined.
one more here.
And I have a little guy going here. You would have seen.
It's cooler in the clear one.
I used, I saw this based on YouTube because I'm just learning everything from YouTube. You know, I am extremely stubborn and just trying to work it out and ignore that everybody's telling me that our beloved plant has died. So Needle Grooves told me that it's not looking too hot, so it's probably done. And Bruce also said,
shout out to Bruce,
that it's
gone.
probably
It's donezo.
But guys, I'm doing one last ditch effort. And also Bruce, and since I know you're watching, you'll notice that. You'll appreciate that for sure.
So Liquid X happiness. I said Niagara on the lake. Fire right there.
Okay, so yeah, let's get to the coffee and we'll talk about why you potentially are or could be shadow banned on Instagram. All right.
That's like that.
Is that what happens when you grow
the
older?
dad noise.
Yeah, that's the dad noise. As you grow older, you
looking at me?
you get the
it
deep
first.
sigh. Let me fix this up a little bit. Oh, sorry, you have to come over here.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, guys. Shadow banning.
Shadow banning, the worst thing to ever happen to your Instagram account. But seriously, it can be really frustrating.
Yeah.
So we just want to kind of walk you guys through that. Just a disclaimer though, we really generally like to share information that we know it can verify from Instagram directly,
Yes.
or Instagram approved third-party partners, for example, or things that we've researched ourselves, as in like having done it. None of our clients right now have been shadow banned.
Now, while people had asked us to do videos on it, we just sort of didn't really feel like it was that much of a thing that many people are experiencing. But as time went on, more and more people mentioned it. So the only thing that Instagram officially said, I have a screenshot from them from February 28th, I believe this is 2019, they put this out. And the whole thing I'm not going to read, but the first sentence is, we understand users have experienced issues with our hashtag search that cause posts not to be surfaced. We are continuously working on improvements to our system with the resources available. And they basically tell you to focus on your business goals rather than hashtags. So to me, that seemed like a cop-out. They didn't really explain it. The fact remains that it does happen to individual posts, typically using specific hashtags. So if you think you've been shadow banned, the next step is, how do you know for sure? So one way to do that is to post an image and use just one hashtag and make it something that isn't common, so that you can definitely see it when you tap the hashtag. So even if it's a brand account, it becomes a little precarious. You don't want to ruin your feed or anything. So if you're going to make a post, you're going to post anyway, just put one hashtag potentially in the caption and then make it your branded hashtag, because you know it'll turn up in there. So if you're not showing up under that hashtag, then you know for sure you've been shadow banned, because you probably won't be showing up in any other hashtag searches. The next question is why you got shadow banned. So one thing is that Instagram has really cracked down on third-party apps and bots. So things that are like the growth services that were quite popular a few years ago.
Which is a mistake we've talked about many, many times.
Yes.
We have that in our video, top 10, maybe top 12, I can't remember, but it's top 10 Instagram mistakes that you're making. That's probably always the first two that we would have said.
100%.
Yeah.
People are still doing it. People are still buying fake followers and fake likes, and also using the growth tools. Just don't do it. They essentially put your account in jeopardy, and they could be partially why you're being shadow banned. Another one is that you're using broken hashtags, or hashtags that are essentially banned. It's a strange thing. There was a list that I found from 2018 that listed a bunch of hashtags that were just regular words. One of the weirdest ones was like beauty blogger. And at the time it wasn't working, but you check those lists and a lot of those were working now. So that's why we didn't link to that list in the description or anything. But essentially, aside from the obvious, you know, cuss words and sort of things they don't want you searching for.
Yeah, naughty words.
Yeah, naughty words. I don't think of another way to say that. Which, you know, of course are funny, but there's nothing there. Sometimes they just ban regular words. I couldn't find any reason why they did that. There was no, out of all the articles I saw, there was nothing that explained why.
It's usually that it's just reported. But it's weird. It'd be like a lot of people are reporting that something's going wrong. Like that would make sense. Like there was a time where craft beer. Remember there was weird stuff happening on the craft beer hashtag.
Yeah,
and a bunch of like spam was coming up. So if a bunch of people all of a sudden report the tag, then Instagram shuts the tag down
because of spammers overdoing it. Yeah. That's the one thing I did find. You are correct.
Yeah.
So that was the only theory that we have so far, is that if spammers ruin a hashtag for people, then
Instagram like shuts it down for a second and then has to manually.
Yes, exactly. And then it could actually deem the account that is using, particularly if it's say like a craft beer one, you have your set of hashtags and you don't even know it, you're pasting that every single post, and then all of a sudden your account is like not showing up on anything, all because of spammers ruining things.
Yeah.
So that's actually probably the most likely scenario, if we're honest here. Another way is that if your account is reported often, that one is a little, I don't know how many people that will apply to. I think that's a little kind of,
you have to be doing some shady stuff, and then maybe you should be shadow banned if you're doing stuff that your account's being reported, because then you're probably right to be shadow banned.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the only other way, which we've all kind of, I'm sure we've all experienced this in some shape or form, is that if you've been posting too much or commenting, responding, liking, whatever, too much, and they kind of like put a pause on you.
You look like you're like a spammy, like doing something.
I've had it before when I've like done an Instagram contest and I just wanted to like all of the responses, and then it says you're doing this too much and stops you from doing it, which is quite annoying. Yeah.
Any actions that you do that are too rapid or too like consistent feels bot-like, and Instagram will punish you for it. So those are definitely reasons why you could be shadow banned.
Yeah, so once again, all of those we just mentioned, none of those are guaranteed. The most likely one is the spammers overusing a hashtag. The rest of them are possible, but once again, we don't have 100% confirmation from Instagram. So hopefully one day they'll come out with it, but I guess that's, we can only go on speculation for now.
Something interesting that I saw on an Instagram live today from the man who's running Instagram, Adam Masori, was that someone in the comments said something about meme accounts. It was live, so people were just saying random things, and he was asking people like, oh, what do you want to see on Instagram? And someone mentioned meme accounts, and he actually said, which I thought was interesting because he didn't say the word shadow ban, but he was like, we are aware that some people have meme accounts out there to kind of gamify the system and get followers really quickly, but aren't really delivering value, is basically what he was saying. And one of the tricks that he mentioned, which I have seen before, is when you make the account private because you force people to follow you.
People that have shareable content. I do it all the time. It drives me crazy. Like my friends send us stuff in all the group chats.
Someone says you something funny, then you have to go and follow, and I'm like, fine, I'll just follow. But that's what they do. He said it like a very interesting language, like it's not a good experience for the platform, so we're looking at ways to basically circumvent that or get around that. Which shows, what does that mean? Does that mean if you identify like an account that has that meme type quality, you're going to reduce their reach?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So that just shows you there are ways, they just don't ever come out and say it. I was even surprised he would say that, like, basically we don't like meme accounts and we're going to do something about it. So now that we've talked about what is the shadow ban and how people get shadow banned, we want to talk about ways to get you out of the ban, or hopefully revive your account in a way so that you can pull yourself out of this like negative reach that you'd be getting as a result of probably practices that you might have not even done intentionally.
Yeah.
So one of the first ways, and I think that would be the most important way, is to look at the hashtags that you're using, because that's like one of the first triggers that would cause your post not to be seen, and then if you're potentially continuing to use this over and over again, cause your account to be suppressed.
How could people get a strategy for using hashtags, do you think, Tiffany?
That is a really good question, Craig.
Yeah.
So we have done an extremely in-depth video on Instagram hashtags. We'll leave it up there, and it'll also be in the description below. One of the topics that we spoke about in there, the techniques, is that you should be searching every single hashtag that you use. And when we were talking about it, we're talking about it for growth purposes, but in this same instance, you could use it to make sure that the hashtag that you're using is okay. So if you think you've been shadow banned, go into the search and manually put in every hashtag that you're using. Manually check that when you enter it in search, it's not coming up as something that is flagged because it does not meet the community guidelines, or coming up as not viewable or searchable. There's a little messaging that you'll get in there from Instagram to let you know like something's wrong with this hashtag. If a bunch of photos aren't loading and videos aren't loading, you know something's wrong.
Yep.
If you are, for goodness sake, still using bots or any third-party software not approved by Instagram,
feel
Instagram.
that.
By the way, we'll leave a link to, it's actually on the Instagram website. We'll leave a link to that in the comments below. It's a list of everything that's approved. If you're using something that is not approved by Instagram and can be deemed as a bot, Instagram will punish you for this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, and this is from over time now, have seen that engagement dip because of the gamification of the platform. So
Yes.
if you're doing something like that now, it only hurts you in the long run. So do not do that. You need to stop now. I think you need to change your passwords, is what they say, if something like that's going on.
Yeah,
You have to change your password, remove yourself from the program, remove the token if they have a token. Just do everything you can to take yourself out of that.
Yes, and alongside that, stop using engagement groups or pods. This wasn't actually included in the information that I had put together, but I recall from when the Instagram creators account went live,
Yeah.
Recently, or they put out
Yeah.
a series of
It was the story post that we actually talked about in this video here. So you'll check it
Yes.
out there. It'll be in the description below.
And there was the first time they called out pods.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what they called them. I think they called them engagement groups.
I think they did say engagement.
And I was
group, yeah.
pretty shocked that clearly they're aware of what's going on, but
Yeah.
they don't publicly speak about this.
Anything,
They're very
normally,
secretive.
yeah.
So for them to say that, in my research, I won't call them out, but I saw some like somewhat reputable companies recommend, even as of 6 months ago,
To use a pod to get out of Shadowban, and it's like,
or
no.
just in general, like,
Oh, okay,
it's a good best practices. And I was like, dude, no, stop.
It's
So-
gamification of the platform. You always get caught in the end.
It's not worth it.
Point.
Once
Yeah.
again, it's better to have a smaller audience of dedicated people than this larger audience of people who don't care that you got in a way that is
Yeah.
not authentic. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
Another thing that you could be doing to help yourself get out of the shadow ban and have your posts be seen by more people is to actually boost your posts. So not by boosting your posts, actually, not that little boost button, because that doesn't work well, but boosting in terms of giving it a boost via Facebook ads or Instagram ads, which you can do in the ad manager. If you guys ever want us to do a video on ads, let us know. This is something we can cover because we do run ads very often.
Yeah,
we just
done
haven't
one.
delved into
No.
this really. But we definitely think ads are valuable in really targeting and pushing your message across to the exact person you want. So even better than hashtags, ads are always going to be the one that really breaks through the algorithm and gets you to your targeted audience. So by getting your content out there more via advertising, there's a way that you can pick up your engagement a little bit, be seen to more people, let Instagram know you're a good actor, not a bot, because you're obviously using other platforms as well.
Yes.
So that could be something that could assist you as well in getting out of that ban
Yes.
that you might have.
One of the other things that I found was that you should take 2 days off if you think you've been banned. Take 48 hours. Just don't post, don't do anything.
Interesting.
Just to kind of give it time to reset, and then you can go back and then do those other things like disconnect any,
Bots and
maybe
stuff like that.
disconnect first and then take the 48 hours.
Mhm.
I don't know why. I saw that in multiple places, so haven't tried it, but that was one thing that it seemed like it probably couldn't hurt.
Another thing to consider is targeted interactions. So that's what we call targeted interactions, which is proactive engagement. So going in and really actively engaging with the community in an authentic way so Instagram can tell that you are a real person and not a bot. We actually have a full process for this, and it technically was not to get someone out of the shadow ban, it was to help you grow your account. We break it down in this video in full, and we'll also include it in the description below. But that being a good actor on Instagram, like letting the system know and letting the algorithm know that you're a real person using the platform, is always going to work in your favor.
Absolutely. And the final one was just to follow Instagram's terms and conditions. You mentioned it earlier. They have
Don't mess around.
Yeah, just don't mess around. Depends on what you care about your account. I imagine if you're bothering to watch a video like this, you do actually care. So, check out what they do and don't want you to do and just follow that, and you pretty much should be good.
Yeah. All right.
That's about it. Day 4.
All right, day 4, guys. I'm aiming to have this video edited in
Should do it sooner than later.
I should do it sooner than
6,
later,
17.
actually. I don't have pressing work, so I could probably do this first and then do my calendar, my content stuff.
Switch it up.
Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't have these late nights.
And by the way, yes, because it is a lot. Now, if anyone wants to talk about anything in the next few days, I think we mentioned it in the last video, let us know. We're going to put it on Instagram as well to see if there's any Q&As, and we'll use this as an opportunity. I mean, we have other things to talk about, but if anyone wants us to answer stuff when it's, fresh,
pressing and fresh, yeah.
Everything that's going on, we're all right in the middle of it. There might be a bunch of questions that people have, and since we're doing this every single day, please, we're here for it. Let's go.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming back to watch another video and for joining us on day 4.
4.
Oh my goodness.
Watch the first 3 in the description below, because
Yes.
we'll probably run out of cards.
We probably ran out of cards by now. So guys, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from us. You can follow us everywhere at High Season Co. on social media, and you can check out our website for resources at highseasonco.com. We will see you tomorrow.
We will indeed.
Peace.